Okay, so I make this part too. Oh, glory to the Lord. So, I mean, you can look on the time is now when the Lord woke me up. I started a Facebook page. By the time it was the end of 2018, 2019, the Lord just kept saying to me, the elephant in the room, the elephant in the room, look out for elephants, heads up for elephants. Well, T. Rump Repeatlick has an elephant, yeah. But it's what's being said here in the NZ. So the thing is, what's the purpose? Why has the Lord shown me all these key things that then happen in the natural? Just these key words, duck, rabbit, tortoise, elephant. Are we looking at a zoo here? Or are we looking at the Lord speaking? Because that's all that matters, isn't it? As long as you continue to hear, you're going to stay on the right track. And this is the sort of thing that just encourages you. It makes absolutely no difference to me who Billy Tikahika is, that he's a Christian. I mean, he's only just finished saying that Christians should be out there actively doing within the law everything they can to be an activist. The Lord hasn't told me to do that. So one person does not speak for the church. So I couldn't give a F crap piece of two shoelaces what that man says, because the Lord's already said to me, I'm not on that walker. That walker has a tow rope that's, shorter than my dog treat bowl. And he's got his fist in the middle of it. So that's not going to be very helpful when people get stuck, is it? So faith is the substance of the things unseen. We need to walk by faith, not by what every word that a man says, because that's just fallen. We've all fallen into a whole lot of holes because we've done that, and we haven't heard what the Lord has said to us individually, not as a corporate group, because the Lord has a theme song. It's called It's Glorious.
Good. Genome sequencing, when they haven't to identify these things, these issues, when they haven't done that for the primary virus, so-called. These are the things that they're not that mainstream media aren't picking up on, and I didn't get a chance to talk about that with Tova the other day, but I'd love to see who asked just point blank, Doomfield, okay, mate, because you guys, you've got all this going on, that's fine. But how come, the virus hasn't been isolated? And that's when they're going to turn around and say, well, this is how we've done it. We've gone to the SARS-1 gene bank, because this is what they have done. They've gone back to the gene bank and found out the markers and the primers from the genome sequence from from SARS-1, and they're using that. Well, no, they can't do that because they didn't do it properly with the SARS-1 either. If you look at literature like I've done, and that Tiamara has done piles of research on, and she briefs me and her husband doctor, and none of this makes sense, and that's the problem. But more than anything, what you can see is the psychological manipulation around creating fear, creating a paradigm, so that when this 2 million next tranche of doses of the mRNA injection turns up, that everybody be lining up with their sleeves rolled up in South Auckland, and hey presto, they're going to be able to inject all the Pacific Island whānau, or the Māori whānau, or the Indians that live down there, and everyone else that's caught in the crossfire.
Nobody will be spared in a new world order. Everybody will be touched by it, and the systems that they put in will be inescapable. Irresistible, right? And that's only once they've got it in place, though, but it ain't fully in place yet. So now we still have time, not time to sit around doing nothing. I mean, I was helping to create the dialogue and some of the voices for a video game earlier tonight when my wife came in and said, hey, they're announcing a new lockdown. And I was like, have to go on live with Billy then. Sorry, bro, I've got to see you. I'm going. No. Mate called me and was just like, no, man, I can't talk to you right now. You see, the thing is, you got to do what you got to do. All right? And everybody has to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And Trish has just said something here really important. All of this is straight out of the Anthony Fauci Book of Tricks. Fauci said in 2017 at that fancy gala dinner that he spoke at.
Oh, how annoying. Look, anyway, the reason why I rewound this is because he said about the elephant in the room.
One either, if you look at literature like I've done and that Tiamara has done piles of research on, and she briefs me and her husband doctor.
Sorry.
Case cannot be genome sequenced, identified as emanating out of Papatoetoe High School. It's got to be from the community. Therefore, they broaden the whole issue. But it always comes down to the base problem that we have here. How can they create a genome sequence for something they've never isolated? That's the issue here. That's the gigantic pink elephant with whistles and fireworks going off all around it, saying, "Notice me, notice me, notice me, everybody." It's the big issue in the room that no one's talking about is how the hell can they do a genome?
Finally, right. Anyone who rolls their eyes up at me playing this one is not turned up, because this is from the Lord and it's 2.5 years old, and it comes from the Revelation. The time is now. Now, so the Lord gave me that word, and then we keep hearing the reverse of it, the opposite, the switcheroo. It's not the time is now, it's now is the time. Billy T has just said now is the time. God's word is the time is now. Sorry.
There are times when the mind feel endless. You can't see the places where you belong, but you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you.
wisdom out of the mouth of babes. Lord. Don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled by this one. Looks a bit like Poppy, doesn't she? She's not, though. She's got a testimony there. She's a Christian. Right. So, interesting. 2 witnesses are dead. Let's have a listen to that one. Right. Who knows the Bible's been changed? Quick test. Who knows? How do you discern? You discern through the Holy Ghost, who has placed the Word of God on your mind and in your heart, so that when you hear something that's not right, you have a check in your spirit. And when you read it in the Bible, you know it's not right. And I put a question mark next to it. I don't always know what's correct, but I question it. And as soon as I question it, the Lord knows. And He's happy about that, because we're not going to get fooled again. Actually, that's funny, because that's the song Paul the Baptist, who was the recipient of the Decoy duck, sent me when he was listening to the Pied Piper. He sent me that song, Won't Be Fooled Again. Now he's sending me emails with this trollop. Sorry, it actually is. So, could I put my finger on it when I listened and watched? And I did. I stayed up till 4 hours. You know, we really need to be dedicated to help our brothers and sisters. You know, if He's asked me to look, I've looked. And I've given Him a clear answer. Whether He receives it or not is up to Him. But this is how I know, because I know. This one about the 2 witnesses. She starts off good, because she talks to them being 2 groups of people. She understands who the 2 lampstands are and what the 2 olive trees are. That's good. Except now, she says it's happened. And she's talking about Moses going up to get the commandments, the tablets, the witness of the glory of God. I'm one of the witnesses. I'm a witness to the glory of God. I saw the glory of God. So straight off the bat, I know she's wrong, because it's not in the Old Testament. It's for the end times. Clearly in Revelations, it's for the end times. So she's lying, and she doesn't see the Bible changes. Have a wee listen to this bit. Just a little bit of it.
The groom was expected to pay a price for his bride and then go back to his father's to go back to the Old Testament. Exodus 19:16 through 19 describes the day that Yahweh God descended on Mount Sinai and all the people saw Him. This is the day that Yahweh gave the Israelites the 10 Commandments. On that day, God promised Himself, or made a covenant with Israel, to be their God in exchange for their faithfulness. Let me add a little bit of historical context here. According to various sites on the ancient Hebrew wedding traditions, when a man and woman get engaged or betrothed, a contract was drawn up by the families and signed by 2 witnesses. We still do the same custom today. Moses and Aaron were both asked to go to the top of the mountain, essentially acting as the 2 witnesses.
All right. Got a problem with that, anyone? If you haven't got a problem with that, I would go back to the Lord and just ask. You can search all your scriptures. You will see they've changed. Who was it who went up the mountain? Try and remember. Who was it who came down and shone, so that he had to cover his face, because no one could look upon it, because he had been before the Lord and in His glory. The Lord's glory. He had seen the glory. Just one person, Moses. Do you have a picture of 2 of them? No, it was Moses. It wasn't Aaron. because I would play this out. I've got like 2 minutes, so this is as far as I got, and that's about all she deserves. And then I just needed some sleep. But we'll play a little bit more because I've got a couple of minutes of video.
To the betrothal contract between Yahweh God and his people. The ancient Hebrew betrothal contract laid out the conditions of the betrothal, which typically lasted 1 year. Once betrothed, the couple was considered legally married, although they did not live together yet. The groom was expected to pay a price for his bride, and then go back to his father's house and prepare a room or rooms for his fiancée. When the father said everything was complete, then he would give the groom the go-ahead to get his bride. So one could say that the betrothal contract, or the covenant between Yahweh God and the Israelites, are the 10 Commandments. After telling the Israelites to have no other gods and that they should not make any graven images of anything on earth or bow down to other gods, Yahweh says, "Ye shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord your God will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain." Now, I don't think this means just to curse using his name. It is so much more important than that. In the entire context of what's happening at Mount Sinai, it seems more likely that Yahweh God is telling them not to marry him or take his name if they do not intend to be faithful to him and only to him. God betrothed himself to the Hebrew people on Mount Sinai. So God is the bridegroom, and Jesus, who is God, suggested that he himself is the bridegroom in Matthew 9:14-15. The disciples of John the Baptist came to him and asked, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus said to them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them?